I need an outdoors workbench with a steel surface for some upcoming projects. But this video shall be a reminder that you don't need fancy equipment to do some basic metalworking, and it's also not something anyone has to be afraid of. For example, cutting this piece of 5mm sheet metal to size for use as the top for this workbench. It's mild steel, so it's not at all hard to cut, and there's no coolant required. All it takes is a variable speed circular saw. I got this one off eBay for I think 50 or maybe 60 euros. And you also need some kind of straight edge. Maybe a board or a level. There are saws that are heavily marketed and offer a compromise between the right cutting speed for wood and metal. But I think a variable speed circular saw or a dedicated saw, if you have to go a little more heavy duty, is a better option. I'm using a carbide tipped blade that I think goes for about 35 euros. If you don't know what these specs mean, use Google or read the description. I dialed the saw in at about 2300 RPMs, which turned out to be a bit too slow, I think. I just opted for about 3000 RPMs. I think that sounds better. If you look closely, you probably still can't see that the shavings are all blue. That is because all the heat generated by the cutting process is actually contained in the shavings. And that allows the saw to cut almost completely cold. And you really always want to go full depth when you're cutting metal with a circular saw, because you want to keep the angle of attack small and the shavings short. Otherwise the carbide teeth will wear out from overheating. You could of course use a plasma torch or a shear, but if you don't have one or want a good surface finish, I think this is the way to go.